Hello there and welcome. This is Suzanne from Nonstop Papercrafts. Thank you for joining me again on my channel. Okay, so this video is again part of the Big Bite Challenge going on in the Junk Journaling for Everyone Facebook group. This mini chomp is all about flips and having flips in your journal. So I'm going to show you two different ways. One's relatively simple, the other one a little bit more complicated. But then hopefully it will suit different levels of journalers. So the first one I want to show you, I actually got the idea from Corey, and I will pop her video down below. I absolutely love this because it's so simple and it's very versatile. There are lots of different ways you can kind of switch it up to make it your own. So for the first flip, all you need is, obviously depending on the size of your book page, I'm only using 6x6 papers, so these were two 6x6 sheets. And all I've done is just chopped off 2 inches off the top of both of them. So it's now 6x4. And then at 2 inches in, I've just scored down it so I have a fold. Okay, so I now have 2 pieces of paper. They are only one-sided. You can do this with double-sided paper if you have it. I just had single-sided sheets of paper, 6x6. But as I say, so this is 6 across, 4 up, and then 2 inches in I have scored it so it folds over. So that's a nice little square then that will now fit nicely on my journal page. As I said, you can make these longer if you have larger sheets of paper. I would have liked to have used an 8x8, but I didn't have anything that size, which is why I'm working with 6x6. But yeah, you can absolutely play around with the sizes depending on the paper that you have. So now that I have scored these two, what you do is you kind of place them together so they're like an M, and then one of them you will slot over the other like this. Okay, so you face them together so they're an M, then you slot one over the top, and then you'll have this, so you'll have your two patterns. And then all we're going to do in a moment is glue down these two edges so we have a pocket on the front, and then the flip part of it is that it flips out. And then you have a couple of options. Because I only have single-sided paper, I might end up gluing this to this side, so my pocket is here. But normally you would glue it here and then your pocket would go there, but you can't really see that this is a pocket because it's now all white. So I'm probably going to flip mine over. One lovely thing that Corey had done is she had added some papers here, so it was like a little mini notepad, so that's an option. You can also add a pocket here if you like, and then you can either just loosely clip this into your journal, or you can again glue this to the page so that once you open it up, yes, you've still got all your pockets and your writing space here, but you could also then have a pocket at the back if you just glue around the 3 sides of that back piece. So like I said, it's very versatile, which is why I love this, and it's just so simple because it's just 2 strips of paper slotted together, and then yeah, you can play around with how you do this. So that is the first one. So I'm just going to stick down my pockets. So as I said, it's just 2 lines of glue on the front. And then that one goes on there. And then as I say, the inside, it would normally be the pocket down here, but because I've only got single-sided paper, I'm going to stick my pocket that way, just so obviously it shows off a little bit more. And then I'm going to put some tea stained paper here, so I've got a little bit of a pad, because I do like creating extra writing space in my journals. So again, 2 strips of glue, that's going to go that way. And then I now have a pocket here that flips open, a pocket there. I'm going to glue this to my page in the U shape here, and then I'm going to have a pocket there, and then just for an extra flip I'm going to put some tea stained paper along here. So I've got a scrap piece in my thing, so let's measure out how much I actually need. And when I say measure, obviously I don't mean measure. You know me by now. Okay, that'll do. So I'm just going to trim those bits down. Okay, so simple as that. I've now got 4 sheets of paper that I can put into there. So I will glue those, and then I've now got a little notepad here that can flip up, and then obviously this will flip out on my page, and then I've got space now for a couple of little bits that I can put in there as well. So it's just a nice, quick and easy flip. So I'm just going to glue these 2 pages together. And like I say, you don't have to add a notebook here. You could put a pocket down at the bottom. I do have obviously the bits that I've trimmed off, so I could have put a pocket there or used the other coloured paper and put a pocket there. It's entirely up to you. As I say, this is what I absolutely loved about this when I saw it on Corey's channel, is the fact that it was so versatile and there's so many different ways that you can do this. So yeah, have a play about and experiment. And as I say, you can change the size, depends on the size of your journal pages. It's just a nice, quick and easy flip out. Glue everywhere. Okay, and that's it. And then obviously you can decorate it up some more, so I probably will do a bit later when it goes into my journal, but a nice, quick and easy flip. This could, like I say, be a standalone, so you can just clip it onto your page, or like I'm going to do, you can glue it down, then it's an extra pocket as well. So yeah, that's number 1, nice, quick and easy. The second one, as I said, is a little bit trickier. I'm trying to think who I saw this on. I think it was Tracy Fox. Now I am doing mine a little bit different. I will explain to you how Tracy did it and see if I can find the video and link that below as well as Corey's. But essentially it flips up, so it looks like one full picture, but then it flips up and you can have journaling space, oh, and journaling space. So you've got absolutely tons of area to then write. The bit that's different that I'm not doing but Tracy had, is she had cut down the side, because these are envelopes, and then these sections were then also pockets. I'm not doing that for this one, but that is an option. So it's done in exactly the same way. You would just cut a slither down at the side, so that each of these bits that fold up are then also a pocket. I'm not doing that. I just want it purely for the writing space, not as different pockets. So that is an option as well. To explain how I did these, you're going to need these longer, thinner envelopes. It doesn't matter if it's got a window on or anything, because you are going to be covering that up anyway, unless in some way you want to utilise the window. But if I show you on these ones, so these are my 2 envelopes, and then all I've done, so these are 8.5 by approximately 4.5. I think it's just shorter than 4.5. And then at about 2 inches down, and again, you know me, I don't really measure, so I just kind of judged it. I had folded that one down, and then I tried to fold this one so that it was roughly even. I mean, you can see that one's slightly narrower, so it's not exact. If you want to do it exactly, then obviously you can try and work out your measurements, but I just wanted sort of 4 steps coming down. So this one, as I say, is folded not quite in half. Again, I've tried to keep it about 2 inches from the bottom, and then when that tucks under there, you will then have your 4 flaps. And then all I've done is I've taken a picture, because mine is a Jane Austen theme. I've taken a picture from a Jane Austen book and then just trimmed it down so it fit on my folded envelopes. And then all I did was tear along. So again, you can see it's not exactly measured. I've literally just torn along where the edge of that flap is on each of them. So obviously as soon as you lift that up, it is cut off here. But all I'm going to do is cover that with tea stain paper, so that will then be my journaling space. But I just like the fact that when it's closed it looks like one full picture, but then you have all of this hidden journaling space when you flip it open. So this is what we're going to work on next. So like I said, this one is a bit more complicated. So just to repeat, you need 2 of these long envelopes. The first one you'll fold down about 2 inches. The next one you want about 2 inches from the bottom, so that when this one tucks over, you've got roughly then 2 inches increments. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that first one's 2 inches and that one, so you've got 2 inches at the bottom. And then this one slots underneath there. Okay, so we're going to take these off and I'm going to slowly start sticking these down. I am only going to use a glue stick rather than a wet glue for this part. Okay. So as I said, if you want to do it the same as Tracy and make these into pockets as well, then you just need to cut a slither off the end of your envelopes. I haven't done that and I'm not going to do that because I just want the journaling space. I'm not too worried about the pockets. I think my journal has enough tucks and pockets at the moment, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, and then this next bit is going to be journaling space, so I'm just going to unclip that bit for a moment and move you to the side. And here's my scrap paper. I'm just going to line it up ish, fold it over. Okay, that's where I'm going to tear. I don't mind a torn edge. Obviously, if you like a straighter edge, then you can use a guillotine or a pair of scissors or something to kind of get that straighter edge. And then it obviously doesn't need to go all the way to the bottom because I will have this stuck on, but I just want it going slightly under where my picture's going to be. Okay, and then I'm going to glue that down. Actually, it's got quite a nice effect on that one, so we'll do it this way round. Just starting to rain here, so I do apologise if you can now hear rain at the window. Right, let's line those 2 bits up. Okay, just make sure that still creases over. Excellent. Right, and then this bit I'm just going to glue over the top. So you see I've now got all of that journaling space, but when it's folded down, obviously it will look like one continuous picture. And then that's all you do. You just want to keep going down the same way. So it looks really complicated, and I think once you've got the folds established, then it is actually quite easy to put together. But I think it can be a bit confusing just to kind of get yourself started, but once you've kind of got going, then yeah, it works out quite nicely. So for this one, obviously I'm going to need a taller piece of the tea dyed paper. So let's take that off. I think that's too short now, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. That's going to be too short. Can I do it that way? Or just right? Okay, so again, and line it up as best you can. Obviously, if you want to be exact, you can obviously measure and mark it and cut it with a guillotine. Oops, that was clever, Suzanne, wasn't it? This is probably why you should be using a guillotine. I am going to use scissors for that last little bit. There we go. I am going to glue stick it down so it's not going to matter too much. Okay, just making sure that it fits. Yeah, right. So, glue stick. Oops. Right, and then again, just lining up. Making sure that it's reasonably straight. Tucking that tear back down. Again, just making sure that it knows where that fold is. Again, it doesn't matter that it hasn't reached the bottom because this part is obviously going to go next. But yeah, I just thought this was such a cute idea. I mean, I do like the idea of having the pockets, but like I said, the journal that we're putting together for the challenge, if you're taking part with the challenge, I think it already has enough sort of pockets and things for my taste. I mean, obviously, if you want extra pockets, go for it. Absolutely. But yeah, I feel that I've got enough pockets, so yeah, I haven't included them in this one. Right, and then obviously I'm going to need a very long piece, so let's see if I can find another piece of tea dyed paper floating around somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to have to go this way with this one. Okay, and let's see if this time I can do it without tearing. What do you think? Yeah, there we go. So this obviously doesn't need to be as long, so let's just pull up a little bit and get rid of that. Okay, and then glue this baby down and we are almost done. Right, let's have the straighter edge at the top. Again, make sure that it's all straightish. Again, think about where that fold is and that bend needs to be. Then just push the rest down. I don't mind if there's some wrinkles and bits in there, it adds to the character. And then my last piece of my picture down at the bottom. And there we go. So using the envelopes, I now have one continuous picture, but it flips up. I've got some journaling space here, some journaling space there, some journaling space there, and then obviously you could use pockets if you like, but what I'm going to do is glue this to my page, and then depending how tall it is on the page, I'll have to have a look. I'll either make it a pocket at the back or a side tuck. So I'll have to have a look at how it fits on my page and decide that. If not, I'll just glue the whole thing down because I think it still looks pretty cool as it is. And I think what I quite like about these, I'm just having a think actually, if you had maybe smaller envelopes, if you cut them off a little bit, you could even do like a sideways one and do it sideways, so that could be an option. yeah, I might have a play about with that and do one sideways as well. But okay, so here are the two flips then. So as I say, you've got one that's relatively simple with a pocket on the front, a pocket on the inside, and then a little flip notebook if you want a notebook on yours. You can clip this onto the page. You could glue it down so you've got an extra tuck or a pocket at the back. And then this one made from 2 envelopes, and we have our hidden journaling space behind our picture. So 2 very different flips, but hopefully just something new, something different to try, and something fun for your journals. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you are not already taking part in the challenge on the Junk Journaling for Everyone Facebook group, then please go and check us out and have a look. Lots of people are really enjoying the challenges at the moment. So yeah, it would be great to kind of see you there and joining in. For those of you that have already been joining in, it has been amazing seeing everybody's creations in each of the events. Just make sure that you obviously pop your pictures in, because Michelle is keeping track for the prizes at the end of the big challenge. Thank you to everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful crafty day. See you later. Bye bye.